This is all because some fucking crack hoe stole my fucking money.
Stamattina mi sono alzato, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Stamattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato l'immato.
This shit I'm doing is bigger than you, do not interfere. I'm so far ahead of you niggas, it look like I'm not even here. Although my road is not even clear, I don't see no other option to steer. I'm going out as a legend, you know it, my envious enemies dropping a tear.
You are done. Yeah, I'm done. Finished. I got no more. I'm not a comedian. This doesn't just come from me willy-nilly on purpose to bank in on it. Yeah, but you could be banking in on that shit. Oh my god, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sell myself literally like a whore. Oh my god, you can't call people whores. That's not what I said. Oh my god, are you fucking serious? HR, Rob. HR.
You should know I get it poppin' by my name. I do. Man, these hoes ain't never rockin' with no lanes. That's true. Bitch, I'm mad to this motherfucking game. It's true. If you really think you got me in your aim, this shit. Let's go. This isn't love. No, sir. Although I appear to be grinning. You get in touch with my bad side. That's a bad ride. I'm severely diminished. Check out the trophies. I seriously did it. And you just like seriously winning. I'm kinda weird, I admit it. Bitch, I'm in the building, but I don't stay near any tenants. Later.
We're going to crank shit up today. On discussion and on the table is, well, on a side note, let me just start you off by telling you about going over to my mate's place the other day, frankly, because he invited me over. Of course, he had something to show me, but hey, I had nothing else better to do. It's not like I'm in the ability and mindset to actually be mingling in socially dense environments. I don't have the money, frankly, to splurge on it because it's so expensive, so bloody expensive to go out. And people are like, no, it's not expensive. Yes, I know that. You're at university, you eat your mee goreng yang and you spend 30 cents on your Asian noodles, and as a result you've got your $20 to actually all sit there and drink some shit that tastes like dog piss, frankly. And trust me, in years to come you will agree when you try that drink again that it tastes like dog piss. But in the meantime, to actually go out on my level, out and mingle on a Friday, on a Saturday night, it's a $200 affair minimum. $200 at least. And on my salary, I haven't got the luxury. So coming back to luxuries, actually speaking of luxuries, and coming back to what I was saying, my friend invited me over. So, of course, I got nothing else better to do. I'm going to go over there and find out what the hell he's going to inevitably rub in my face without even realizing, because he's such a nice person. But hey, that's okay, because to be brutally honest, I get my jollies with his stuff as well. He's a good person because of that. I swear to God, like, I went into the store the other day, but I wasn't in the store. I was at a friend's place, and it's like a store to me, frankly, to be brutally honest, because, you know, he's got everything I can't have. You know, it's one of those problems and those scenarios, you know, where, and I don't envy, on a side note, I don't envy him. I just acknowledge that I'm not in a position to have all the finer luxuries that exist in life and whatnot. But anyway, coming back to this, the scenario that occurred, he's like, come around. Sib Luca, come around, Sib. So I end up coming around and walk in there, and I'm like, oh, what? This is what you wanted to show me. Looked like the biggest fool, to be frank, you know, because this is what's happening. And I'll tell you what happened. I start going, come here, Lou. He's like, no, that's the television, bro. That's how lifelike televisions are becoming. It's unbelievable. OLEDs, black panels, like the blacks and everything are so dark. You know, they're literally turning off the pixels when it's black. It's amazing, but what a douche did I feel like. I can't do that shit, I can't fucking lie. Yeah, but you can swing the truth. But that's what it actually felt like. Like watching these televisions, like at the size that they are now, in a constrainer. I'm not saying it was, 100 inches and there was a cocker fucking spaniel that looked like the size of a Saint Bernard. Like, I mean, the positioning and the liveliness and the fact that they're frameless, the fact that you can integrate it into a wall that could borderline look like an open window. Do you get me? The fact that you can do these things if you're conceptually thinking about it very, very well and execute these types of thought patterns extremely well. Borderline, bear with me one people, I've just got a intruder alert. The camera has picked up an intruder due to the light sensor as well. That got my attention. This must have got his attention as well. I'm going to have to execute this mofo moth. Sorry, buddy. Because that's what I mean, finding things in life. I've got a rat's, damn it, where is he? Sorry, bro. You have to die. I'm trying to kill you as quickly as possible without stuffing up the box. That I was meant to do a review on, and you just sacrificed. I'm so sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry. Fuck. You dead? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to kill you. You're twitching. Oh fuck. And that means, oh my god, you had enough juices that you managed to clean yourself up off the wall. You poor thing. And that's what I mean. I guess I would hurt a fly, but I don't like doing shit like that. Certain things have to die, okay? I get that. Certain things do have to die. You got a cockroach infestation, you got to kill those motherfucking cockroaches, frankly. You have to kill those cockroaches instant. What scares me is the crunch. The crunch when you step on a cockroach, and this is the problem I'm talking about. I'm not saying I live in a cockroach infested fucking household or something. I have before in the past. Not at my own choosing. But I haven't got the finer luxury things in life. I have to fix this goddamn, especially before it turns into summer again. I have to fix this goddamn fly screen. Because of course the top side of it is where it's falling out. What does that mean? If it was on the bottom side, you can mitigate the fact that the creepy crawlies wouldn't come in, because recently I've decided to put some El Cheapo cameras up on the perimeters of the building. And to actually have them of any use, there has to be a source of light active that, because the cameras are shithouse. Do you know what I mean? Like, and they're not going to pick anything up. They're not like nightlight cameras or anything like that. And that source of light is at the top of the window, essentially shining out. And of course the fly screen's wrecked on the top side. Never pulled it or anything, but it just somehow gets wrecked on the top side, meaning everything that comes to the window mitigates and works its way up the creepy crawlies like they always do. They hit it and they go up and then they come in. So bloody annoying. I literally yesterday I was thinking, yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this as well. I got so many other videos to get done. G'day people, today is another episode 1 in fact, of Mr. Cranky Pants, and welcome to Crank's It. Mr. Cranky Pants and societal acceptance of norms today. Obviously, as Mr. Yeah, but that's the point. Guess what? There are people out there, big streamers, who banked on that shit as well. Oh my god, did you see Ninja left and he thought he was just playing and he just pressed record, but he actually pressed stream and record at the same time, and he didn't realize he was live. Sort of shit. What's the issue? Fuck off that was real. Why? Because I tell you what, no one's, I wasn't Ninja or some other dude, but it's like, oh my god, what did he do? He took his top off, he changed his t-shirt. Really? He changed his t-shirt? Yeah, must have been after a workout. He looked ripped. Like he's done 100 push-ups before he fucking pretends to be playing his video game. You know what I mean? I don't believe it was Ninja, but it was like one of those guys back there. And this is what I'm talking about. You know, guys have it tough. We have it tough nowadays. This social media, some of us wish was an experiment, frankly, has gone on far, far too long. I mean, I can't compete with not the youth, not a generation, but these I don't want to call them lackeys because they're not. These posers, perhaps not. But this type of pedigree of person that has been socially vilified and verified as the acceptance of what is to be achieved and obtained as a requirement to be a said man in this day and age. I can't compete with those washboard abs. I can't compete with those pure manicured faces with foundation driven looking / with a lack of explanation and a throwaway line like they're produced from magic itself. How are we meant to compete? You know, like how's my missus meant to look at me, and how does she look at me after she's watching that shit all fucking day long? Share this, share that, they're just sharing everything. It's impossible. It's unfair. It's borderline so almost sexist in some way, shape or form, discriminatory, I'd say. Not exactly, but I'm sure there are people out there who agree with my sentiments. Sorry, I needed a vape. Need to cool off. But that's the point. This guy, he's cooling off. You know? He borderline might as well have rubbed some lotion on himself, and they could have called it soft porn. Instead, he banks in on it. He's banking in on it. And it's so logical to conceive the fact that this has just been set up to push him to another plateau. This is the plateau he wants to reach, and this is how he wants to do it, by selling himself short. And on top of this, the hypocrisy is we have to compete with this, and our self-images as men, it's demoralizing for us to compete with these type of shenanigans. If you agree or you don't agree, let me know in the comments below. I'm always interested to know other people's perspective on topics that I like to raise. It's always worthwhile. The ventilation effect, people. We don't have to drown in sorrows, frankly. We can express our emotions and our feelings. We should be able to. We shouldn't be shunned for being ourselves. It's definitely an unfair society that we currently live in. HR driven. Thank God for all those extra jobs. We all love HR now, don't we? Well, I'm sure the people in HR love HR, considering their salaries as opposed to everyone else's in the companies. And that's coming from someone who, ironically enough, I studied HR for a little bit, and I did okay. To be brutal, I got a HD, high distinction average, on every one of my topics. On every one of my subjects. And where has that got me today? Where has that got me today? I have not been able to utilize any of that higher education learning whatsoever in my life. In fact, it hindered me. It hindered my ability at the company I was to get ahead and get up in line to that next plateau. It actually hindered me. Do you know what they fucking did to me at fucking a group of people? They concocted a fucking scheme because I wasn't happy with their work ethics and was consistently kicking him up the backside to get a fucking move on, they concocted a scheme to suggest that I did not like gay people. In fact, I had an issue specifically with a person who was gay. And I got called in without previous ever hearing of the matter, was technically even unaware that the guy was gay, even though I had my own suspicions, and was speaking to the second in charge store manager, which is worse than the first in charge, by the way, many of the times, because the first was on fucking holidays, dealing with a potential HR issue on my fucking job because of ratty little fucking scum kids who couldn't be fucking working. Dodgy motherfuckers. So let's get rid of him. What ended up happening? I ended up going back there and fucking getting even more pissed off him. That's what happened. How the fuck did that happen? Exactly. Without provocation, without ever even using the word gay in the context of social acceptance and norm in a workplace environment, coming from an HR perspective myself, understanding the consequences involved in saying something stupid in front of other people, somehow my stern work ethic got me into fucking trouble. Because I couldn't acknowledge them making me do all the fucking work on a close while they sat around, 3 of them, for an hour while I was on fucking lunch, coming back, and 3 of them still haven't moved from the same position in an hour, just sitting there talking. That's 3 hours of work, which I had to do on top of that to get that fucking place closed properly. 3 extra fucking hours of work. Oh, but that's not... No, it actually was. It was 3 extra fucking hours of work from a 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. phase where they try to point out that it was busy or some shit. I'm like... Nothing's empty in the case. Well, we had to... You could have fucking cleaned the place. That's what you were meant to do next. Continue. It wasn't like a once-off. Do I blame them for trying to concoct the fucking story? You know what I mean? Like, fucking fuck. You know what I mean? Even though I used to have other gay guys come up and be like... And then I'll be talking to them and they're listening and I'll be like... And I said the word gay and they're like... Oh, and I know I can't say that. It's like, no, it's alright, you can say that. You know what I mean? I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Some days I just wanna leave the negativity in my head. I just want relief from my stress. I just want relief from my stress. Some days I don't wanna see you have a bunch of people to impress. I just want relief from my stress. Yeah, I just want relief from my stress. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, did you want more?
Some days I just want to leave the negativity in my head. I just want relief from my stress. I just want relief from my stress. Some days I don't want to see you have a bunch of people to impress. I just want relief from my stress. Yeah, I just want relief from my stress.
I don't want you to do that.
Quality beats.
I'm not here to be condescended or looking for any praise, but laying down the law through the patterns we have produced my rhymes once more. Life pattern that defines oneself, life ambitions can never be withheld. My life forcing beats down the gates of my past actions brought. My poor life choices turns feel like any true fraud. Another night, another shadow doubt betraying myself with a bloody linguistical route. Inner thoughts coming from the hypothetical traverse of scenario detour, taking up once life version from the path of a hype, the police of the underground beats, dead threads, suffocated from down like a ambition instead. Dreams withheld from outer reach, just to touch, so hypothetically try to receive, leaving this one light wing from the stars to shine so bright, my star, and humbly the brightest of them all. My light shining so bright it suffocates you all. So the light shone to one's light, suffocated by the fucking burning light. Brandished all small flames sizzling out, nothing to be left all over again. But merged about the brightest lights of all, coming from my spirit deep within. My mind whole all over again, looking deep into your eyes, burning so bright. But my niche is not that of fucking gratification tonight. But the semblance of everlasting certification, ordered through the chaotic devastation of earthly bound creditations, making these words up, y'all. But you still understand all my verses you've heard deep from my inner thoughts, displaying my previous mentioned thoughts, living this life wholeheartedly, living with no regrets and reports display for all you to receive. As aggressive forgiveness given in the breath to allow to the pause to have yourself succumb to my own deepness of force, kept within flowing like never before. To hear myself sing rolling all over again, risk kinetics, risk spontaneous kinetics, or just RSK mums through a hippo flow over the day. Sit the fuck down and stop trying to bait. I'm so here to be condescending like Freddy praise, laying down the law through patterns without producing my rhymes once more. Life pattern that advice for self-life missions planned to never be withheld by the life forces. It beats down from the gates of the darkness brought. All life choices choosing lack of any truth or my own lives, thinking about taking a lie, if anything dealt with my lines. The thought that chosen one gave me the trick to allow myself to succeed once more. Sake but not for my own, preach myself and never listen internally by myself anymore. But to take one thing from a song, my life is truly yours, but my friend's life is always more. My life is always yours, but my friend's life is always more. But my niche is not for gratification tonight, but the semblance of everlasting certification tonight. Order through the chaotic devastation tonight.